have to say this morning is this, that there is now such thing as Cheetos ice cream.
Yeah, that was an unusual flavor.
Yesterday was Doug's birthday. Many of you know Doug. He used to come in here on Fridays, but then he decided he'd go to another radio station.
Yep. So that's what he's doing
So
now.
he's been doing, well, he hasn't done it yet.
No, not
I don't
yet,
think
but
anybody
that's
else has
what
said, yeah, sure, come on in. Spend the whole day with us. I don't think anybody else has said that yet. But anyway,
Not yet.
Yesterday was his birthday. So we took him out to get ice cream, and we went to Twisties. Mm-hmm. And I'm only telling you that because I don't know if anybody else has Cheetos ice cream. But the young man at the window, they're so nice over there. And the young man at the window said, hey, can I get you to try Cheetos ice cream? And I made a face, Cheetos ice cream? But Doug said, oh, I'll try it. And he loved it.
Yes, he did.
So if you want to start a trending thing, I think they may have, these kids might have made it up on their own. They might have put a bag of Cheetos into the ice cream machine. Who knows? But Doug seemed to love it. I should have tried it. See, the one ice cream that I tried one time that was supposed to be this big hit was this caramel sea salt.
Yeah, right.
I'm a salt lover. And I'm an ice cream lover, but for some reason, I'm not a fan of salty ice cream. Mm-hmm. For some reason.
Right.
So I didn't really like that one. And I'm not a big fan of coffee ice cream. I know a lot of you love coffee ice cream.
But Doug never veers. I mean, whenever we go out for ice cream, it's always chocolate.
Always chocolate.
He never gets any other flavor but chocolate. So he was brave yesterday. I was surprised.
You think about that. Yeah, he veered from his... He doesn't like whipped cream. He doesn't like sprinkles.
No.
He doesn't like a cherry. He just wants plain... He doesn't even want a cone.
No.
Just give me chocolate ice cream in a cup and he's
large.
happy.
That's right.
Large,
exactly.
Large, gigantic amount.
Huge. But he never veers. But yesterday on his birthday, he veered. So that's good.
Just thought I would share that with you.
Cheetos
flavored ice cream.
Yep.
All right. Tonight's the night the Republican presidential contenders get together for round 2 of the debates. All eyes, of course, are on Donald Trump. There will be other intriguing storylines to watch. Ben Carson, who's number 2 in the polls. Jeb Bush trying to become the front runner again, but he doesn't look strong. Mm-mm. He does not look strong. But that's a problem. This is a problem when people don't look strong. Doesn't mean they're not strong. But in this day and age, you have to look strong.
You do. You have to look strong.
You have to look strong. So I think the message is, while it may be superficial, while it may be stupid, we as Americans vote that way. And so if you want to be elected into an office, you have to come across as a strong candidate. Yep. I really think so.
To be well pressed and everything.
Anyway, let's see. Locally, real quickly, I mean, I mentioned it real briefly, and I'm sure you probably all know, Matthew Wardell defeated the incumbent for seat...
District 4. City of Ocala.
City Council. So Matthew Wardell is now Councilman Maestro Matthew Wardell.
Yep. Congratulations.
And Mayor Kent Gwynn will continue to be the mayor of Ocala. He defeated his challenger, William Gilchrist.
Congratulations.
His was somewhat of a landslide. He got, he got 64.59% of the vote. And Matthew Wardell's race against John McLeod was a much tighter race. Matthew won by only 96 votes.
Yeah, isn't that something?
96 votes was 51.34% versus 48.66%. Mm-hmm. Only 2,000, let's see, how many people did I put there? 3,643 people voted yesterday.
Isn't that a shame? Isn't that
3,643 people voted out of a potential 30,634. Now, that number sounds small because it was only Ocala.
That's right.
It was not all of Marion County.
Within the city limits.
Yes.
Within Ocala city limits.
So Doug voted. I took Doug to the same precinct that I voted in because he's my next door neighbor. So I assumed that would be his same precinct, and it was.
Did you imagine?
So he voted, and I voted, and we went out and got ice cream.
That's right, for his birthday. I couldn't vote because I live in the county, even though my address is Ocala. Right. I think everybody should be able to vote because we spend our money here.
I know. Joe was saying the same thing.
And everything.
He felt the same thing.
Yeah.
So they were talking about body language. They were talking about visual imagery, and it was interesting to listen to the analysts looking at the last debate and pointing out that Jeb Bush tilted his head and therefore comes across as being submissive. I thought, really? That's what you get out of that. Somebody tilts his head. That means and you know where that comes from? It comes from dogs.
Yeah, sideways chicken.
You say to a dog, "You want a cookie?" He'll turn and say, "What?"
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I want a cookie. So if you turn your head, if you cock your head to the left or to the right, it is a sign of weakness. Who knew?
Yeah, because you're thinking about
or a sign of submissiveness, because that dog, he's your dog. You better tilt your head when I ask you if you want a cookie.
Exactly. He's like, okay, here I am.
So if you're running for office, keep your head straight and look forward. And looking forward is an important thing too, because when they were showing Donald Trump being asked to clarify his statements about the immigrants, the Hispanic immigrants specifically. He said, Jeb Bush is standing right next to you. What do you have to say to him? Well, Jeb Bush turned and looked at Donald Trump with a smile on his face. Yeah, like, what do you got to say, pal?
Yeah.
But Donald Trump didn't look at him. Donald Trump kept looking forward at the
with the audience, at the monitor.
The moderator, what do you call him? And put his hands out like, well, let me explain what I meant.
Exactly.
But never turned to even look at Jeb.
Yeah, because Jeb didn't address him.
But Jeb Bush was looking at, and then Jeb Bush takes, and this had to be pointed out to me. I couldn't have told you. He takes a little tiny step backwards when he says, "Okay, let me hear what you got to say." And he steps backwards, meaning visually that's supposed to be interpreted by us as meaning, all right, you've got the stage. I'm relinquishing the stage to you.
Exactly.
As opposed to, so if Jeb's doing it again tonight, what he needs to do, and hopefully he's watched the same thing I was watching. You know, if you want to appear strong, you keep your shoulders back. You don't cock your head. You know, you have a serious look on your face, and you look straight forward, either at the camera or at the moderator.
Exactly.
And you just tell them what you think.
That's right. Know? Because you're not talking to the other candidate.
It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to outdo the tough guy thing that Trump's got going. It is so foolish of us, I think, to not be listening to the words these people are saying, and instead be influenced by their body language. But it's important for the candidates to know that there's a large portion of their voting public that does get affected by the body language.
Exactly. The visual is extremely important.
Now, the interesting thing about Carly Fiorina is that, as you know, you ladies have such a hard time in this world, because if you don't smile, you're called the B word.
Yeah.
You know? And if you do smile, you're considered to be weak. So what do you do in her case? If I was going to give her advice, I would say the same thing. Keep your head straight. Keep looking forward. Speak confidently. You know? And I would try to get that neither smile nor frown look. I would try to get that like a very knowledgeable teacher. You know? That's what I would do if I were her.
And you have to, a woman has to wear something that they feel comfortable in, but they feel commanding in. You can't just throw on any old outfit and think you're going to be comfortable, because it just won't work. You're going to be just, not right for the occasion.
So the other advice I would have for any female candidate is this: don't raise your voice. A guy can raise his voice, just borderlining on yelling. Yeah. And he doesn't sound like the B word for some reason. He just doesn't. It's just the way it is. But a lady who does that, you can all remember when Hillary did this.
Oh, sure.
Whether you like her or not, you have to agree that when she did that, hey, forget Hillary. Let me think of somebody else. When Streisand did it. Yeah. And that song with Barbara Streisand and Donna Summer. Remember that? Enough is enough is enough.
Enough is enough.
Hello. Just wasn't good.
No.
Anyway, I know it's superficial, but it is the way it is.
Exactly.
Ben Carson, real quickly, they were saying he looked like he closed his eyes and he was looking down. And so open your eyes, look straight forward, Ben. You got a lot of good stuff to say.
Yes,
we'll be right back.
Casting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.